Thanks for watching. My name is Allison Adams, and as the 2011 American Honey Princess, I serve as a spokesperson for the American Beekeeping Federation, educating others about the importance of honeybees and beekeeping as I travel across the United States. As a beekeeper myself, I enjoy using the products my bees produce. I use their honey in the kitchen in all kinds of recipes, and also as an amazing medicine and beauty ingredient. However, honey is just one of many useful products of the hive. Honeybees also make beeswax, which we'll be highlighting in this video. A bee produces beeswax when she eats honey. She secretes the beeswax from 8 tiny glands on her abdomen and then uses her mandibles, her mouth, to soften and shape the tiny scales of wax to form the honeycomb, which creates the bee's home. If the bees had stored honey inside of these hexagon-shaped cells, we would call this a honeycomb. Can you imagine building your home using your mouth? These honeycombs of beeswax can be harvested and melted down to produce candles, lotions, soap, lip balm, and hundreds of other products, which you can make at home. Today we'll be using the beeswax to make beeswax-dipped origami boats and autumn leaves. Both of these simple crafts require melted beeswax. You can find beeswax at a farmer's market, craft store, or buy it from a beekeeper. Once you have your beeswax, break it into chunks and place them in an old pot, crock pot, or double boiler. It's best to find an inexpensive pot at a thrift store that you can use just for beeswax crafting. Once you've got your beeswax, ask an adult to help you melt the wax on the stove over low heat until your wax is completely liquefied and is about 1 inch deep in the pot. Be sure to smell the beeswax as it's melting because it has a wonderful sweet fragrance. That's one reason why beeswax is so highly prized in candle making. Okay, now we're ready to dip. Before you melt your wax, find any set of instructions for folding an origami boat or other shape, then ask an adult to help you hold the boat on one side with a pair of tongs. Next, dip the boat right into the wax. Try to get most of the boat covered in the first dip if you can. Then lift it out of the wax and hold it for a few moments as the wax hardens. It'll harden fairly quickly. Once it's cooled down a little bit, we'll switch sides and dip the other end of the boat into the wax. If you want to dress up your boat a little bit before you dip it into the wax, you can decorate it with markers, colored pencils, crayons. Make it a little bit fancy. You can see that the wax has already stopped dripping, so we're going to carefully move the tongs to the other side and give the boat one more dip on that corner we missed the first time around. We'll lift it out of the pot again, let it dry, and then we're ready to sail once the boat is completely dry. Because beeswax is waterproof, you can use it in water. The beeswax won't allow water to absorb into the paper, which makes it wonderful for sailing in the bathtub, in the swimming pool, or at the pond. Just like this. In the fall, collect a few colorful leaves that have already fallen from the tree, melt your beeswax, and just as you did with the boats, simply hold the leaf by the stem, dip it right into the wax to completely cover it, then lift the leaf right back out until it stops dripping, which will take just a few seconds. Once it's stopped dripping, you can lay the leaf on a piece of wax or parchment paper until it's completely dry, which will take just a few more seconds. At that point, your leaf is ready for decoration or for crafting in something else, some other project. These leaves are preserved for quite some time by the beeswax as well, so find some pretty ones and watch how long the color lasts once you dip it in the beeswax. As you can see, beeswax is very easy to craft with. I hope you'll enjoy it. For more information about the American Beekeeping Federation, visit www.abfnet.org. Thank you so much for watching.